What is up, guys? This is Jeff, and we are going to take a look at how to get you caught up. Depending on when you started using the Harley Quinn Wizard or the Harley Quinn builds, you may need to do some catch-up. So today I'm going to go over that with you and try to get everybody caught up. So this is the new February update. You can see under update build February 2018, it is the family build. You'll notice I added a game section and I'm going to show you quickly how you can add all these things that we're going to talk about today. Some of them will not work on a first generation Fire Stick. They all will work on a second generation Fire Stick. Amazon Fire TVs, whether it be first generation, second generation, or the new third generation Fire TV. So real quick, we're just going to take a look at a few things and I'll kind of explain how they work in comparison to what some of you are used to just inside of Kodi. So under the Android app section, and we are inside of Kodi, HQ Streams, you should be aware of what that is. ModBro, we've been using for quite some time. FreeFlix HQ is a great Android app that does both TV shows and movies, kind of like what you would watch, how you would watch it on Netflix. And it also has a very good live TV section with some other additional things. It's got anime, a kid section. Pretty neat overall. Terrarium TV. Terrarium TV is kind of my go-to. I like it for movies and TV shows. TTV is kind of like Terrarium TV, movies and TV shows. YouTube, Google, and Amazon are kind of butting heads. So Amazon's YouTube app doesn't work the way it should or at all anymore. Honestly, I haven't checked, so I don't know. So here is a workaround. It's an Android app that I absolutely love for watching YouTube. Firefox browser and Silk browser both are external, or are actually web browsers, so you can browse the web on the Fire Stick. Newest Movies HD isn't one I use a lot. I do have some people that love it. Android app installer, we'll go into that in a minute. Games, Happy Chick is a great game emulator. I did a video on it some time ago. Genesis, obviously these are the retro Genesis games. Sega Genesis. Nintendo, I guess I call it first generation Nintendo. Super Nintendo, probably the more popular Nintendo. So these are shortcuts to some of the emulators that we're now using. So all these, the games and the Android apps, everything in this section is actually an external Android app. I've just created shortcuts inside of Kodi. I probably use some of these Android apps more so than I do Kodi lately, just to be honest. So I do want to do a brief video and just kind of get everybody caught up if they want to install them. Real quick, I guess I'm going to tell you the ones that don't work very well on the first generation Fire Sticks. Most of the game emulators don't work very well. The first generation Fire Stick doesn't have enough processing power. The Firefox browser, I honestly am not sure. I do know the Silk browser does not work well at all on the first generation Fire Stick. I guess that's about it. The Silk browser will definitely install on a first generation, the way it's configured this way. Very, very slow though. It does work. It's just very, very slow. So, enough about that. Let's show you. I'm going to show you just where you can install them. Over the next few weeks, couple weeks, I will go through each of these Android apps individually, just to give you a better idea of how to work them. The one I will go into just a little bit of detail today is Terrarium TV, because there is a little bit of a setup process. And as much as I love this one, I want to show you how to set it up. So, okay, cool. So we're inside of Kodi, and we're going to go to the star in the lower left-hand corner. And I have the Android app installer in here, as well as some of the other shortcuts that I use. So we're going to click into the Android app installer. And from here, you can see that all the Android apps that I currently like and use are accessible for pretty much everybody that uses this wizard or this build. So you'll see the Silk web browser easily available, Firefox, FreeFlix, Mobdro, Newest Movies HD. I do need to update that one. Showbox is in here if you'd like that. Latino IPTV player. If you would like Spanish content, that is a great one for Spanish content. TTV, and my favorite right now, Terrarium TV. And then I put Kodi, the actual versions of Kodi, so that if we need to update. Super Nintendo games. Happy Chick, which is a game emulator that does quite a few different gaming systems, I guess. Again, that one I did do a video on recently. Minecraft, Sega, and Nintendo. And then there are a few other ones I do. This YouTube right here is Amazon's old YouTube. I don't think it works anymore. Plex. So all these that I have shortcuts created inside of Kodi, you can easily install and use. So some of you that, you know, maybe have a device that's a little bit older, a year or so, you may not have these Android apps installed. So if you choose, you can easily install them from here. Today, I'm just going to show you how to install one. The process is basically the same for all of them, so you can install all of them or just a few of them. But I'm going to show you Terrarium TV, and we're going to walk through the setup. So just click on Terrarium TV. Would you like to download and install? Yes, we would. Do you want to install this application? Yes, we do. So we're going to click the install. Yours may look a little bit different. I am actually using a Fire TV 3. So yours, depending on what, unless you're using a Fire TV 3, yours is going to look a little bit different. But you're going to have the install button, or the install at the lower right hand corner. So app installed. So at this point we're going to say done. Okay, so we have Terrarium TV installed. You can open it from there, that's fine. I just want to show you from Kodi. So now under the Android app section, we're going to go to Terrarium TV. Like to access this device location. Yes, we'll say allow. Yes, you can access my contacts. I don't care. Yes, allow. Yes, allow. Again, guys, I do apologize. Had I had a little more foresight, I would have used a Fire Stick, because this new Android Fire TV 3 does use a different version of Android. It uses Android 6. whereas virtually everything else uses Android 5.0. But hopefully you should be able to follow along. Changelog. These are just the new changes with the version 1.9.2. We're just going to say OK to it. Here is the important part. We have to select what media player or what video player it wants to use. VLC is a good player. MX is a good player. EXO is the old video player that they used to recommend, or they used to use the internal player. Yes Player is what they recommend now. I don't have any problems with it. Supposedly it's less ads. I don't know. So it is hash marked there or checked there. So we're just gonna let it go there. Okay. Basically, this is the disclaimer, and if you want to use this Android app, you do have to accept it. Okay, cool. That's most of it. The one final step in using this is it will have to actually install the Yes Media Player. So I'm just going to pick something, and from here we're going to go to Seasons. I'm just going to pick a random season just so you can see. And it will give you instructions as you go through it the first time, how to use it, how to change servers, things like that. So here we're just going to pick the episode we want to watch, and then this little play icon here up in the upper right hand corner, we're going to press it. It's going to go ahead and search for different places or different servers that host this. And again, it's giving us little instructions. Okay, here we're just going to pick a server or a place to watch it. I personally do like OpenLoad. You can see the top one now says CDN Fast Server. That one seems to work well as well. They've also indicated that the ones that say Google Video work well. I honestly almost always use OpenLoad and I don't have a problem. Here, we're just going to play it. I do not recommend downloading it. That is a definite copyright infringement. We're going to hit play. Now here is what I was talking about. We need to install the Yes Player. Yes Player is not installed. Do you want to install it? Yes, we do. And again, we're going to go to the bottom and we're going to hit install. And we're just going to say done here. I don't actually want to open the Yes Player because Terrarium TV will actually open the Yes Player itself. I am not going to start this show. I just wanted you to see how to get it totally set up. So from here, Terrarium TV is ready to go. You can go in this upper left-hand corner icon, the 3-line icon, and you can switch it to movies if you're looking for movies. There is a search function, a little hourglass up there. Again, in the next couple weeks, I'm going to start doing videos on all these Android apps, and we'll get some good instruction how to use it and some customization of it and such like that. So now I'm going to get out of it, and we're still inside of Kodi. I do want to show you, I guess, one more thing. So these are, like I said, all external Android apps, so you don't necessarily have to access them inside of Kodi. So here I'm going to go ahead and power out of Kodi, and we're going to go back to the Amazon side. I'm going to show you a couple different ways. One, we're going to go to settings, and then the fourth one over, applications. Bottom of this menu, manage installed applications. If an app, an Android app, is acting up and it's locking up, it's giving you a black screen, whether it's Kodi or Terrarium, you can go in here and you can hit force stop, and that will automatically close out the application. And then you can hit launch application. In some cases, if it still acts up, you can hit clear cache. Cache is the temporary memory, kind of like you might want to think of it as RAM, I guess. It's the temporary files that it will access quickly. If an app is acting up, sometimes clearing cache will help it kind of reset it. So force stop, clear cache. So that is one way. I just wanted to show you that's one way to access all the apps that are installed on your device. This device, I only have installed Kodi, Terrarium TV, and then we installed Yes Player, which is the video player that Terrarium TV uses. It's also a good way to check what apps are installed if you're not sure. So we're going to hit the home button again on the remote. It's going to take us back to the Amazon page. You can access your apps here under your apps and games. See all will show them all to you that are installed. If it has a little cloud, it's just on the cloud and you can download it if you want to download it. This is different depending on what Amazon account you are logged into. If you're like me, you have tons of them on your Amazon account just through my playing. You can actually, in this section, you can actually move it. So let's say we like Terrarium TV and we want to move it to the front. We use the 3-line button on the remote, which is the top row, the right button. And you'll see here we can either move it if we want to move it into a specific location, or if we just want to put it in front, we can go move to front. That way, when we're on the Amazon screen, it's right where we want it. So also, pretty much any place you are on Amazon or anywhere, if you hold that little house button down for a couple seconds, it'll pull up the sub menu. And here you can go directly into your apps. Kind of the same place we were, but just kind of a shortcut. So I hope that was helpful. If you didn't understand something, if you need some help with something, throw a comment in there. I'll do what I can to get back to you as quick as possible. If you know how to contact me, feel free to contact me. Call me, text me, email me. Definitely slower on email than probably anything else. So thanks for taking some time. I hope that was helpful. I hope you guys will find the benefits in these Android apps that I really think are there. And like I said, over the next few weeks, I'm going to go through what I can individually to help you out even more. So thanks for taking some time. Y'all have a good night. Enjoy your stick. Have fun with it.